All right, welcome back to yet another edition of News of the Day, where I will be once again going over some post-TI roster shuffling news. Over the past couple days, I've been covering roster shuffling that has been taking place throughout the entire month of October, some of it older, some of it newer, just to kind of catch everyone up to date with what's been going on behind the scenes during TI and the last chance qualifiers and all that hectic madness. And now we're going to get into some of the more immediate news. A lot of this stuff has just happened in the past 24 hours or so. And I'd imagine that things are going to start picking up pretty quickly over the next few days. And if you feel like I've missed anything in this video or either of my videos that I've uploaded before this, let me know in the comments down below. Try to make sure that it is something that has been confirmed or provide a source of some sort. I know that there's a lot of rumors going right now, but I do want to make sure that it is something that has been confirmed before I report on it. I'm mainly right now referring to Evil Geniuses and the whole North America, South America rumors right now, which although they do look like they're very strongly leaning towards being confirmed, they haven't been confirmed yet. So just a heads up on that. And if you're at all curious about checking out the links to anything that I talk about in this video, check out the description as well as the link to our Discord if you want to join that. And if you don't want to miss any more updates on any roster shuffling news after this TI, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, share the video if you enjoy it, and of course, like the video as well. So before we get into some actual roster shuffling news, we have to just give a brief update on one of the stories I touched on yesterday, which was, of course, the Aegis of Champions being lost less than 24 hours after having been won by, of course, the champions of TI-11, who I won't mention right now, just in case you haven't seen the finals yet. But good news, it has been found. Not exactly sure what went on. It seems like it was just kind of a miscommunication. They gave it to someone, but they didn't realize that they had it, and they didn't realize that it had gone missing. Overall, ends up being just a big miscommunication. Everything is fine. The Aegis has been located. It is not lost. No harm, no foul. Hopefully, something like this doesn't happen again soon. And I can only imagine the guilt that the players and the orgs were feeling having lost it so soon, even though it wasn't really something that was within their control. At least it seemed that way. So hopefully everyone's fine. Again, no harm, no foul, as long as we didn't lose the Aegis. Now getting into some more player news. All right, Matumbaman, of course, heading into retirement after this year's International, had a fantastic run for his last year. And although he didn't win TI in his final tournament, finishing top 3 is still pretty fantastic, especially with how well he was playing. He is truly an amazing player with an absolutely well-decorated and successful career to this point, a long one as well. But in his retirement, he's actually going to be doing his mandatory military service within the next few months, starting in January 2023, which, if you guys are unsure, in Finland, it is required that you do military for service. I believe it's from half a year to a year at least for anyone between the ages of 18 and 60. And so he's just looking to get that out of the way. So best of luck to him. And again, best of luck and best wishes to him in his retirement. Again, an amazing career, an amazing player, and just overall seems like an amazing person. So yeah, best wishes to Matumbaman. And for Liquid, it's going to be real tough to fill that void. Let's see who they end up taking in their new roster heading into this new season. Moving on over to Southeast Asia now, we have some more movement starting to shake things up in that region. And if you guys watched my TI-11 preview for Boom, you know that I had mentioned that I will not be drawing their logo for a very, very long time, and I stand by that. It is an incredibly difficult logo to draw. So for the next few months, it's probably going to look like that. Unless they like win a major or something. Maybe then I'll do a special one. But regardless, into the actual news regarding their team. Tims has actually left the roster, and he's going to be looking for a new squad to join, which is pretty interesting because, again, Boom has been one of, if not the best team from Southeast Asia over this past year. I know that their performance at TI was probably a little bit underwhelming, especially with their performances that they've had over the past year. But ultimately, it looks like things didn't exactly work out, and Tims is going to be looking for a new team. For Tims, I don't imagine it's going to be very hard for him to find somewhere to play, as, again, he's a fantastic player. He's played multiple roles before. We'll see where he ends up. And for Boom, how will they fill this gap in their roster? And will they still be one of the top teams in Southeast Asia? Was Tims that factor that got them there? We'll have to see heading into next year. Very exciting news. And again, Southeast Asia starting to get a little bit more movement within their rosters. No players getting picked up yet, but a lot of players are entering the free agent pool. All right, now moving over to North America, we have probably some of my most anticipated news, other than, of course, the Evil Geniuses stuff that hasn't been confirmed. But as for confirmed stuff, we have Soniqs, who have just released their entire roster. Of course, Soniqs, the organization, picked up the Quincy crew stack throughout the past season. Heading into TI was providing them with an org, and since things didn't work out, they are now pulling out. So the Quincy crew stack has been released from their contracts. I'd imagine the manager of the Quincy crew stack and the manager of Soniqs, which is Jack Chen, still owns that DPC slot, especially because he's actually posted on Twitter that he seems to be putting together a team of his own. And he posted on Twitter that he's going to be looking specifically for some sort of North American or European mid laner, as well as a position 4 player, which now that we're seeing a lot of mid laners leave their teams, like Gunner, like Boom, and again, I know he's not North American or European, but Schwan has just entered the pool. Abed supposedly should be entering the pool as well. It's going to be pretty exciting to see who ends up on this mystery stack that Jack Chen is pulling together, and if they will be the team receiving that DPC slot in the upper division of North America as well, because again, one person can own it. We'll see if it ends up being him. But that does mean for the rest of the team then, that being Quinn, Yawar, MSS is already looking for a new team. We'll see where they end up. And given the fact that the new squad is looking for a new mid laner, I'd say that Quinn will probably not be moving forward with Jack Chen and that new squad going forward. So we'll see. Unless there's a position change, which could entirely happen. But he is also a very, very, very skilled mid laner. So I'd be surprised to see that. And finally, moving down to South America to end things off on this video, we have news from SG Esports, who have just released their roster. Contracts have expired and as of right now have not been renewed. We actually have some players who are currently already looking for a new squad. I believe LTH is currently looking for a new squad. But yeah, we'll see if they end up being re-signed. We'll see if SG Esports is willing to continue to compete here and who they'll sign if they do. And for those players, hopefully they'll end up on some good, successful teams heading into next year. And best of luck to everyone involved. And yeah, that does it for my News of the Day video. Thank you guys so much for watching it again. Again, if you feel like I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. Try to make sure that it is something that has been confirmed, just because, again, I don't want to be reporting on rumors until they're confirmed. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell if you don't want to miss any more roster shuffling news in the future. Join the Discord in the description as well as checking out all the links to everything I talked about in the description. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be talking to you guys very, very shortly as long as we keep having news like this popping up. All right.